Okay, it's weather outlook, and this is your update for Wednesday, July 2nd. We'll take a look at what's coming up in the next several days, and then kind of take a peek at the rest of the month of July. And maybe I'll even include the current outlook for the winter. Okay, I'm doing this around 3, 4 o'clock here on Wednesday, and as you can see, temperatures pretty much in the 80s, except maybe up by Bradford out that way. But Philadelphia, you're in around lower to mid 80s. Pittsburgh, same way, towards New York City, same way. The valley areas, Wilkes-Barre up in that way towards Duncannon. You're in the 80s, and the higher elevations are in the 70s. What's going on? Precipitation around this time. Let's see if we can get this to work. You can see most of it's moved off the coast now, and you just have a line of showers here. But I know there's a lot of people without power. I know there were some flooded creeks and roads, and people had to be water rescued from homes and stuff. So a lot of heavy rain down here for 2 days in a row. Finally took its toll yesterday when that last one came flying through. And tomorrow, Thursday, temperatures are up a few degrees everywhere. We get into the middle to upper 80s by Philadelphia, middle 80s in Pittsburgh, Allentown, Reading, Harrisburg, Wyoming Valleys in the lower 80s. And as you get up into the Poconos, temperatures upper 70s. So really not that bad. But you do have one little problem here. As we get in later in the afternoon, we do have a little bit of a system that wants to get together. Now, this is tomorrow, basically around 3 o'clock. You can see thunderstorms here just south of Binghamton going out this way towards Wellsboro, and another line up here near the Finger Lakes. We move this ahead an hour to around 4 o'clock, and you can see it's developed a little bit of a line here. Now, Wayne County to go heading out towards just north of Williamsport, and a little cell down this way towards Danville. We move this out another hour, and you can see it's still there and still heading south, but pretty slow. This is 6 o'clock, and you can see the individual cells here. Some of these could have some really big downpours again attached to them, but this is basically just an eastern Pennsylvania thing right now. And then, as you can see, as we go towards 8 o'clock in the evening, a couple of showers, maybe even a downpour up here. And then as you get down towards Philadelphia, just north of it, these thunderstorms are there. They kind of lose their punch as they go through. They get into Jersey around 9. There's 10 o'clock at night. Here's 11, 12. And we're pretty much cleared out by then. As we get into Friday, the 4th of July, we have no precipitation. If you're down by Philly, you're in the low to mid 80s, Pittsburgh mid 80s. Everybody in between, maybe Allentown hits 80, Reading 79. Um, but the Poconos basically are in the mid 70s across towards Bradford and then down through the Laurel Highlands. Temperatures in the 70s, upper 70s. So it's not raining, so it's not a bad day, and you're not going to die if you're outside and sweat like crazy. On Saturday, a few degrees warmer, upper mid to upper 80s by Pittsburgh, middle 80s now by Philadelphia, Allentown, Reading, and that area, Lancaster. You get into the low 80s. Right along the coast, temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s around the waterfront. And precipitation wise, on Saturday, again, there's nothing. Maybe a couple sprinkles off the lakes up here, but that's about it. So I'm just going to give you a glance at the end of the year. Again, it's a long way away, but I've had questions about it. And currently, this is what we come up with when you do the monthly temperatures. Now, anything in blue is below anything over here on the right-hand side of the screen, which is like orange, yellowish, is above normal. So on October, we kind of see that Jersey is above normal. Most of PA is normal, and Delaware is normal. But as we move this into November, you can see it's colder. Now, what would this tell me? If this lays this way, it'll kind of be like last year. There'll be snow squalls off the lakes, and they'll be heavy because the lakes will be warm. So I would say that if you live off of Lake Erie and all, expect some November snow squall accumulations that can be quite high. Everybody else is below normal, but getting snow and stuff like that. You'd have to get something to come up the coast for that to happen. But I do think November could be pretty wild off the lakes if this all stays true. As we get into December, we go back above normal. If you remember last year, we kind of went above normal for a while, and then below normal towards the end of the month. So that's what it is. And then if we get into January, you can see we return to cold again. In fact, much colder in the green areas there. We finally have those things showing up for January. So, that's kind of your outlook. It's really a far way to go. And again, these are only generated using analogs and also computer generated. So just giving you a hint because I've had some questions. All right, I'm not saying this is 100% going to happen, but some people questioned it, and I'm just trying to answer their questions. All right, everybody, take care. Be safe.